That's Giuliani, then mayor of New York, in drag.
You know, you're really beautiful.
It's hard to believe now, but there was a time when Rudy Giuliani was the Republican frontrunner for the presidency of the United States.
This may be the best of all.
And let's not forget this.
She's 15. She's too old for you.
Why are you dressed like
She's my daughter. Please, take me instead.
Running to succeed George W. Bush in 2008, Rudy led rivals, including John McCain and Mitt Romney, by double digits in national polls.
Rudy Giuliani!
The former New York City mayor was one of the best-known politicians in the country.
America needs a leader who's ready.
I'm Rudy Giuliani, and I approve this message.
Rudy was generally moderate and pro-choice on abortion, which helped him in those national polls, but not with the conservative base of the Republican Party. Giuliani gambled on winning big states and largely skipped Iowa's caucuses, where he finished 6th, then 4th in New Hampshire, 6th in Michigan, Nevada and South Carolina. He put all his chips on winning Florida on January 29th.
Florida should count, Miami should count, and these people have made a very big statement today.
Not big enough. Rudy finished 3rd and it was all over. Rudy had spent over $65 million and failed to win a single state.
So you don't think your biggest mistake was bypassing the early primaries and betting everything on Florida?
No, the Florida plan was a solid plan.
It was a disaster, but not the most expensive disaster in recent decades, not by a long shot. In 2000, publishing billionaire Steve Forbes ran for the Republican presidential nomination for the second time in a field led by George W. Bush and John McCain.
I think we'll make a very credible showing in Iowa.
Forbes spent $86 million of his own money and, like Rudy, he failed to win a single primary.
We were nosed out by a landslide.
Mitt Romney hasn't gotten a very good return on his investment during this presidential campaign.
In 2008, Mitt Romney spent $114 million on his primary campaign. About $35 million of that came from his own pocket. In return, he won 11 states, finishing 3rd behind John McCain and Mike Huckabee.
This isn't an easy decision. I hate to lose.
But Romney's decision to make an early exit did set him up to win the nomination 4 years later.
I'm Ted Cruz, and we approve this message.
In 2016, Ted Cruz spent $142 million, coming second to Donald Trump. Along the way, Cruz won 11 states, including first to vote Iowa. He stayed in the primary through until May.
We gave it everything we've got. But the voters chose another path.
The same year, Jeb Bush had burnt through $152 million for substantially less effect. The early poll leader had no answer to Trump's brash style of anti-politics, and Jeb failed to win a single state.
I love you all. God bless you.
Would you like some water?
Fellow Floridian Marco Rubio spent even more than Jeb on his 2016 campaign, $165 million. He won 3 states and finished 3rd behind Trump and Cruz. So far, all of the big spending campaign failures have been Republicans. Now we come to Democratic socialist Bernie Sanders, the independent who ran twice for the Democratic presidential nomination.
So are you guys ready for a radical idea?
In 2020, Sanders was the frontrunner for a time until the party closed ranks behind Joe Biden. Bernie won 8 state primaries before dropping out as COVID swept America. But he still managed to spend over $200 million on that second-place finish. In 2016, Sanders had proved to be a surprisingly strong challenger to Hillary Clinton. He spent a whopping $223 million for a second-place finish in the primaries, carrying 22 states. A good performance, but still the 3rd most expensive flop in history.
And in the event of an unexpected drop in poll numbers, this plane will be diverted to New Hampshire.
The second costliest campaign to fall short was Hillary Clinton's drawn-out battle for the 2008 Democratic presidential nomination against Barack Obama.
Could a woman really serve as commander-in-chief
Clinton stayed in that campaign until June 7th, when all of the votes had been cast. She'd won 23 primaries and caucuses and just 42,000 fewer votes overall than Obama out of 35 million cast.
From now on, it will be unremarkable for a woman to win primary state victories.
The final bill for Hillary's campaign, $250 million.
I've been very lucky, made a lot of money, and I'm giving it all away.
But the prize for the most expensive and least successful presidential campaign goes to Mike Bloomberg, and it's not even close.
We cannot afford 4 more years of President Trump's reckless and unethical actions.
Another billionaire publisher with high hopes for high office, in a 2020 campaign lasting just 101 days, Mike Bloomberg spent...
Drum roll, please.
$935 million. That's more than Hillary, Bernie and Marco's flops put together, all to finish 4th, winning just one contest in the territory of American Samoa.
No campaign has ever accomplished as much as you did in such a short period of time.
Well, that is kind of true. And at least it was his own money that he wasted.